everyone. This is Gail. I had a few minutes, so I just wanted to come on live here for just a minute. I'm going to pull this up on my computer, my laptop here. Um, but I just wanted to say thank you for supporting me so much this Christmas because it has been amazing. This has been my first sort of normal Christmas in years. We moved here in 2019, and when we got here, we were talking about surgery on my shoulder, so we did that in late October, and that was 2019. So 2018, it was actually my last like normal Christmas. It's been, yeah, it's just like that. So I want to say also thank you to everybody who supported the toy drive this Christmas. This was huge. And I don't know if I really took the time to say thank you. And I definitely want to do that. So, for those of you who are new or haven't seen me before, hi, my name is Gail. This is the Bodacious channel where we talk about real life, travel, and service dog life, and just the reality of dealing with a disability or disabilities, you can say. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so you can be part of our Bodacious family because I named the channel Be Bodacious because I really want it to be about not letting life get in the way of living. And you all have been a huge part of making that happen, not just in my life, but in the lives of the people here in the community. Because when I had shoulder surgery, you all were here to be guidance and a support. And that meant so much for me having just like that positive mental outlook because I mean, we couldn't even put up a Christmas tree. I was in too much pain. And then, of course, the following year, that was 2020. And we all know how 2020 went. Although I was looking it up just before starting this live stream. I personally think of 2020 as being pretty recent, but the kids who, a lot of the kids who were just born in 2020 are starting first grade this fall. Like, how the heck does that happen, right? First grade. And let's see, I'm pulling it up here. I see we've got somebody in. I can't get the chat to pull up on my phone, but thank you for being in here. And do go ahead and dive into the chat if you'd like to. I don't see anybody on the computer yet, but but like I could not believe that the kids born in 2020 are going to first grade. And then we had 2021, which is where the COVID hit that almost killed me because that happened right before Christmas. My husband got it first, and then I was on oxygen for weeks after that, and you all were there. And then 22, we had COVID in the household again. So it's just been this craziness. 23, we had something happen. 24, last year, that was Hurricane Helene. And you all were here to help get us through Hurricane Helene. And when I say us, I'm not just talking about myself and my husband. You all helped my community get through Hurricane Helene. Sorry, I'm not going to cry. We It was your gifts, your prayers, your thoughts, your support, your encouragement. So, for those of you who watch this on the replay, or maybe you're watching now and you don't know what everybody did here, you all were phenomenal. Our area where I am was like the hardest hit area in Tennessee. Our kids, because of weather, they missed 74 days of school. I mean, we had kids who had no idea where they were going to live, much less where Santa Claus was going to find them. And we had so many needs for like heaters and socks and gloves and hats because half of our county didn't have electricity until the week before Christmas. Literally had no electricity. And we still have people who are dealing with no water and just all kinds of issues. But you all, oh my God, you all were just amazing. And you made it possible for us to distribute laundry detergent, soap, deodorant, shampoo, all of those personal needs. But you also made it possible for us to give out bundles of cleaning supplies and laundry detergent. And you all thought about some things like Big Tom's van. He donated some solar cell phone chargers. Did I think about that? No. Somebody else sent in a couple of USB rechargeable showers. Things that totally people needed, but like I couldn't have thought of that on my own. And somebody else here on the channel helped me out with toothpaste because I had toothbrushes, but I didn't have toothpaste for them. And somebody here helped provide the toothpaste for like almost 300 tubes, 2 gross of toothpaste. And all of that means a lot. I mean, Kay from Happy Trails Hiking, she sells Pampered Chef. She sent in food kits like you all would not believe. And we couldn't have gotten through that. And then when it came to Christmas last year, I didn't know how part of us were going to get Christmas. The kids. I mean, we didn't even put up a tree. It's like, forget it. And then you all, when I said, hey, I want to do a toy drive, you all made it possible for 200 kids to have Christmas last year. 33 families got turkeys because of my social media people. You all have just been there. And then this Christmas, when I asked you all for help for the kids who were still dealing with the hurricane, you all came through in a big way. And so we took 100 toys, and well, I shouldn't say toys. There was also some fishing poles and some rechargeable hand warmers and things like that in for the older kids. And so 100 items plus Valerie Reese, it's all about the adventure, was able to get us 400 brand new pairs of socks. 400. And she got us some hats and some mittens that her mom had knitted. And we had a total of 60 kids that got hat and glove or hat and mitten sets because of you all. We had baby blankets because of you all. And then when I had somebody contact me and say, hey, there were 19 kids in this little, like my town is little, but this isn't even big enough to be called a town. This is a tiny community in Southwest Virginia that was pretty much decimated. And she's like, I have a toy for each of these, but somebody had donated stockings to her with nothing to put in them. And so, what did you all do? You all made it possible for me to get things to put in these stockings. And I did videos on that. And I still have a video that is coming out tomorrow of me actually giving her the stuff, but it's only a brief, like 2-second clip of me handing the box to her. But I just wanted to come on for a few minutes and just let you know how much of a difference you all make and that you're really appreciated. So, I mean, I didn't intend for this to be kind of sappy, but let me see here. Mountain Girl 8181 is here in the chat room. So, hi and bless you, Amber. I'm glad you're not sick anymore. And she's had COVID twice and it was rough. Yeah, I'm 3 times. But, I'm still here. So I'm not going to complain too much, but yeah, the first time, no. I mean, I was on oxygen for weeks, and you all were like super supportive through that. So I'm glad you're feeling better, because there's some gunky stuff going around. So I'm really glad you're better. But you all, and I know that everybody obviously was not in a financial situation to donate to help with toys this year, but several of you messaged me saying, "Hey, I'm going to stream your videos while I'm cleaning house or doing laundry or running my errands," because they wanted to keep up with what was going on, but they also wanted to help me with the watch time because my channel is monetized. So that helped. That's a donation of time right there. And so you all have just made so many things happen with regards to the stockings and the toys, and then with the fishing poles that we got. You know, there's actually 3 kids out there now with fishing poles that, if needed, can feed their family. Think about that, and you all made that happen. So I really thank you. And we've gotten help from the Ugly Dogs group on Discord and my Facebook group, Be Bodacious. We're over there. We've got a group and a page, and like I never hardly get the page updated, but our Facebook group is, you know, there's always something going on there. So if you join us, which is facebook.com/groups/Gale Vlogs, if you join us, do come over and say hi. Make sure you posted something. You were okay. So here's the thing. Amber said she wished she could have helped with a hurricane, but she couldn't. Amber, you actually did help. You just don't realize it because, okay, you did stream the videos, but like one guy, the knowledge that you helped me with on the van. Oh my gosh, van life prepared me for the hurricane like you would not believe. Okay, so let me just say that straight up. Because of the van, I had the solar on it, which Amber and John, for you all who don't know, they helped me out with that. They gave me tons of information and made it possible for my husband and I to take the dive and do that. So because we had the van set up for solar, I could charge my laptop. I could run a little heater. I could run my little, I just can't, my brain just shut down. I'm sorry. I could do the little mini griddle so I could cook on it. But here's the thing, Amber, that you don't know. We sold solar panels. I had just purchased within days of the hurricane coming in, I had just purchased a 200-watt solar panel that was sitting in my living room, and we did not get a chance to get it put on the van until I wrecked it. So it never got on there. It was just sitting there. So we sold it to a guy who, because of the hurricane, was putting solar on his house. So, and this is one of the ways where everything like fits in together in my life. So he was putting solar on his house, but this guy was under the impression that all you had to do was put the panel on your house and you could plug into the panel and you could light your whole house. So, because we got knowledge and because you helped us with that knowledge, you did help with the hurricane. You just didn't know it because we were able to tell him, oh no, you need a charge controller and you need a battery, and to help steer him to where he could get those things, and let him know if he needed help hooking it up, that we could do that. There you go. So see, you really did help. You just didn't know. That's the way a lot of this has come about. Like the solar cell phone chargers. Okay, Big Tom Span, Forethinking, got those in. I gave one of those to a woman last Christmas who stood there right outside of the church and cried because her daughter was living in her car. And now her daughter wasn't going to have to choose between charging her phone or charging her laptop. She could do them both. And she needed the laptop for work. So not being able to charge the laptop was kind of a big deal, but she also needed her phone. So with the battery pack, she was able to do both. And we were able to explain some solar basics to her. And so, yeah, tons of things there. And see, one of the things too that people have really needed here as much as anything is knowledge. They say that knowledge is power, and I really saw that after the hurricane. And maybe I should just do a live stream on all the different ways that Van Life helped prepare me for the hurricane. Because when you've been off grid and you're talking to somebody who suddenly is off grid, and we were off grid by choice, and obviously they weren't, but we were able to help them understand that some people are off grid and not be so abstract, and to kind of make it a little normal, more normal for them. So we could tell them, hey, this is how you can wash your clothes if you don't have a washing machine and you can't get into the laundromat, because it was a while before even the laundromat could come up. Um, and so to give them some, this is how you can do that with using the Ziploc bags and the clean water and so forth. And, just kind of reassuring them that, hey, people are off grid all the time. They choose to be. And if they can choose to be off grid, then what can we learn from them and like move it forward? And that was huge. But yeah, I wouldn't have had those skills without you all, and specifically without Amber and John helping me with the solar, and the skills from some of you all, like the USB showers. These folks had never heard of them. So when I popped up with a couple of them, they were like, "Oh, what's those?" You know, and y'all are amazing. So anyway, I don't want to get sappy on you all. I don't want to cry, but I did just want to come on and say thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your help, for walking through all of this with me, not just now, but in the past, and for what you all are going to do being here in the future. And speaking of the future, I'm going to do a little video tomorrow. I want to do some clips out of my top 10 videos from this past year. And I may do a second video tomorrow, or it may be a shorts highlighting and just trying to say thanks to some of the channels that have helped me. So I've got that going now. So we're trying for that. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a like, please, on the live stream and video if you come back later. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. And, you all know all that. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Always be bodacious, too, and don't let life get in the way of living. And thank y'all for support on this broken arm. So thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night, Amber.